Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. At this juncture, the President, together with House Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, the Department of Finance Secretary Benjamin Jokno, Special Assistant to the President Antonio Ernesto F. Lagdameo Jr., Pasay City Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, GSIS Chairman Rodney Del Rosario Jr., and President and General Manager Jose A. Veloso is conducting an inspection of booths of the GSIS Kadiwa para sa Manggagawa. Starting today, May 31, accredited Kadiwa farmers cooperatives and associations from different regions shall be provided a space in the Government Service Insurance System canteen to sell agricultural and fishery products to employees, members, pensioners, and visitors at a lower price.
Sa lahat po ng mga manonood natin dito sa ating YouTube channel, mga kababayan, please don't forget to like this live streaming. Okay, para ma-notify natin yung mga kababayan pa natin na hindi pa nakakapanood nito. Alright, live po si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ngayon dito sa Pasay. Mga kapatid, pakinggan natin ang patungkol sa mga sasabihin ni Pangulo sa kanyang speech. Maraming salamat po, and please don't forget to like this live streaming. Hello Tita Lily Ragasa, Tita Liberty, Nanay Carmen, and Tita Judy. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Natin kakalimutan na mag-like and share and subscribe, mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po. Good afternoon. Balik tayo sa dating ginagawa natin. Pbbm update, mga kababayan. Hello, ay Tita Lily, ay Tita Carmen. Hello, anak. BNK, maraming salamat po. Back to work ka muna, Nay. Okay, walang problema. Huwag niyo kakalimutan na mag-like sa ating live stream. Maraming salamat po.
Service Insurance System. To formally begin our program, may we call on GSIS Chairman Rodney Del Rosario Jr. to deliver his welcome remarks.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., members of Congress, members of the Cabinet, our Board of Trustees, GSIS executives and associates, guests, my fellow public servants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mr. President, thank you for gracing the 86th founding anniversary of GSIS with your presence. For 86 years, GSIS has endeavored to meet and cater to the needs of our stakeholders, our members, and our pensioners. From life to non-life insurance, loan products, retirement and pension benefits, the GSIS has strived to provide our members and stakeholders not only with financial security and funds for emergencies, but it has been done in a manner that is both efficient and timely. We provide quality service to those who dutifully and honorably serve our country. Service to those who serve the nation. The role of GSIS is not confined solely to government employees. More importantly, it aims to be a consistent partner to and supporter of the President and the administration's efforts in nation building. For decades, the agency has provided funding and assistance to government projects and programs designed to uplift the lives of our countrymen. Mr. President, the GSIS fully supports your plan and vision to bring the Philippines back to a high growth trajectory and to enable deep economic and social transformation for a prosperous, reliable, and resilient society. The GSIS will be collaborative, responsive, and efficient in providing trustworthy, safe, and secure services. Good governance will be a priority. Finally, we recognize the men and women who have served the GSS in the past. We recognize them for their dedication, their hard work, and their commitment. We honor them by calling upon our Board of Trustees, our management team, and all of the associates of the GSIS to carry on the work and to ensure that GSIS will continue to serve our members, our pensioners, and our beloved country for generations to come. We look to the past to build our future. Happy anniversary to all. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Chairman Rowdy Del Rosario. At this juncture, to give his message and audio-visual presentation on the GSIS plans and programs, may we call on President and General Manager of GSIS, Mr. Jose Arnulfo Wick A. Veloso.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., congressional leaders and members of the Senate and the House of Representatives, members of the Cabinet and the Executive Branch, officials from the local governments of Pasay and Quezon cities and the provinces of Rizal and Batangas, our GSIS partners from the private and business sectors, members of the media, fellow workers in public service, my colleagues in the Board of Trustees, at ang atin pong mga executives and employees that are gathered around here, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Unang-una, ako'y po nagpapasalamat at pinaunlakan niyo kami, Ginoong Pangulo, na dalawan po ang aming anibersaryo. Ito po ang ika-86 na anibersaryo po ng GSIS. Nung ako po inanumpa, nung ika-5 ng Hulyo, isang bagay po ang binilin sa akin ng atin pong presidente. Ang sinabi po niya sa akin nung ako nag-swear in, ay binili niya, can you make sure that all of our government properties and equipment are secured by GSIS? Nais ko pong ipaalam sa inyo that by revitalizing our efforts to promote our non-life insurance products, GSIS achieved an extraordinary milestone of 6.8 billion in gross premiums written, the highest recorded figure in the history of GSIS. This is 16% higher than the 5.9 billion we generated last year. Mas pinaigting po natin ang marketing. Ang sabi ko ho sa ating mga kasamahan ay tratuhin po natin silang kliyente katulad ng ginagawa ng mga kasama natin sa private sector. Puntahan po natin ang ating mga kliyente kahit sila po ay nasa gobyerno. At ang ginawa po natin, ina-award po natin lahat sila tuwing flag raising ceremony dito tuwing Lunes sapagkat tuwang-tuwa po kami na makita ang kanila pong mga pinagagawa. At ang atin pong gawaan dito, because of this, the gross income from our insurance business has already reached 4.6 billion during the first 4 months of this year alone. And our general insurance fund is now worth 41.92 billion. Ayoko na mo humunang i-annualize, baka naman mahirapan kayong ma-stress kayo sa atin pong nais marating. Ngunit kung may gawa po ninyo, magiging double digit po ang insurance premium natin for this year. Mahal na Pangulo, we're also expediting the fire insurance claim of our post office sa PhilPost. Once po na lumabas ang resulta ng atin pong Bureau of Fire Protection, ang atin pong adjuster ay mamadaliin po na maibigay ang report at kung ito po ay alintulod sa atin pong mga batas at kung ano pong nakasulat ay i-release po natin agad para magawa po ang ating Philippine Post Office building agad. Ang pangalawang direktibo po ng ating mahal na Pangulo ay ang siguraduhin ang digitalization ng atin pong GSIS. At bago po ako dumating dito sa GSIS, ako po ay natutuwa na meron na po silang sariling mobile application na tinatawag na GSIS Touch, award-winning application developed in-house. When it was first introduced 3 years ago, the G-Touch was quite rudimentary. The application merely allowed members to view their service records, loan payment records, and basically like a bulletin board. Ngayon po, nagkakaroon na po ng kapabilidad to do loan transaction using this function, which allowed our members to borrow money only with the use of the mobile phone. And I'm very proud to report to you that we have succeeded in convincing majority of our members to adopt our digital channels. At ngayon po ay 96% of our members apply for loans digitally and only 4.4% apply over the counter. Kaya po namin ito nagawa na naging successful ay sapagkat talagang pinilit po naming maintindihan kung ano ang kinakailangang customer service ng aming mga kliyente. This May, we have added facial recognition in GSIS Touch in close consultation with the Department of Communications and Information Technology na halos matulog na ho dito sa aming opisina ang mga kasamahan po natin sa DICT para po tayo matulungan sapagkat ang sabi po ng Presidente para maging interconnected lahat ito at madali ang lahat ng government agencies, makipag-coordinate kayo lahat sa DICT. So ngayon po hindi na kinakailangang lumabas ang mga retirado sa kanilang bahay at pumunta sa GSIS because of our appears using the mobile phone, they can now have their annual revalidation done. Kung makikita po ninyo ang ating mga retirado na umaakyat sa mga hagdan, ay maawa po kayo at napakalaking tulong itong ginawa po natin para sa kanila. Kasama din po sa whole of government approach ang pakikiisa ng GSIS sa pagsulong ng expanded healthcare benefit para sa ating mga kababayan. Nitong umaga lamang, pumirma kami ng kasunduan kasama ang Philippine Health Insurance Corporation para sa pagpapalabas ng GSIS surety bonds for PhilHealth's primary care provider network. Sa pamamagitan ng surety bond na ito, ang bawat PhilHealth member ay mabibigyan ng libreng konsultasyon sa mga primary healthcare facilities ng bansa kasi insured ng GSIS ang PhilHealth. Ang aming layunin dito sa GSIS ay kapag nagkasakit ang isang empleyado ng gobyerno, ang tanging iniisip na lang niya ay ang kanyang paggaling at hindi kung saan kukuha ng pambayad para sa gastusin sa ospital. Ang pangatlo po na binigay niyong mandato sa amin na maisagawa ay maglingkod, matulungan ang aming mga biyermo sa oras ng pangangailangan. Dahil po dito, mas lalo po naming pinaganda ang multi-purpose loan ng GSIS. Ang inyo pong mga trustees ay nakipagpulong sa iba't ibang mga sektor. Ay, tinulungan po kami makipag-ugnayan sa mga teachers at maintindihan kung ano bang serbisyo ang kailangan namin ma-improve at para mabigyan sila ng magandang produkto. At gumawa po kami ng MPL or Multi-Purpose Loan Flex which will feature a longer and more flexible payment period from 1 up to 15 years at more affordable rates at 6% per annum, and we're also relaxing the eligibility conditions. Kahit 1 month ka pa lang sa gobyerno, pwede ka nang magka-multi-purpose loan. Since it was launched 3 years ago, we have already disbursed a total of 400 billion worth of MPL loans to some 704,000 government workers nationwide. Bilang tugon sa inyong panawagan, para sa isang whole-of-government approach upang solusyonan ang kakulangan ng pabahay at bigyan ng dignidad ang bawat kawani, ang GSIS po ay bumuo ng programang tinatawag naming Pabahay sa Bagong Bayani na manggagawa sa pamahalanan. It has three components. First, we intend to lease and sell out our foreclosed properties through a rent-to-own scheme utilizing approximately 15,000 residential properties owned by the GSIS across the country. Kadalasan pong reklamo ng atin pong mga kawani sa gobyerno ay ang pangangailangan ng down payment, at kaya ho ginawa natin na wala na hong down payment, ang amortization na lang po inyong babayaran at iyon po ang itutuloy para inyong pong kayo po ay magkaroon ng bahay. Pangalawa, we'll be extending our housing loan condonation for another 2 years until 2025. And this program aims to ensure that our members have a stable and secure housing situation, granting them peace of mind and sense of stability in their homes. Third, we'll be financing the construction of decent low-cost housing units for our lingkod bayani. We intend to build houses for all classes of civil servants. Meron pong pang-higher pay grade, pang-middle ranking, at pang-rank and file. Initially, we'll begin by constructing high-rise condominium buildings in our properties in Fairview and in Cogeo. Earlier this morning, we signed a MOA with Vice Mayor Giancarlo Soto on behalf of Mayor Belmonte to help us proceed with our Fairview project Pabahay. Our Fairview project is along Dahlia Avenue with adjoining property area range of 4,125 square meters. We plan to build a 20-story condominium. We will then sell these condominium units to our government employees at very attractive and affordable terms. A 2-bedroom unit for only 1.6 million pesos. We will also offer an affordable financing plan to government employees with no down payment, 30 years to pay at only 12,000 a month. For sure, we'll coordinate with other government housing agencies like Pbbm to be able to quickly implement all of this. All of these things I mentioned form part of our almost daily efforts here in GSIS to create partnerships and synergies with government instrumentalities for the benefit of our 2.5 million members and pensioners. In closing, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to my colleagues at the Board of Trustees for their invaluable guidance and support. I'd like to also thank our more than 3,000 executives and employees for their unwavering commitment and passion towards delivering the best ginhawa customer experience to our stakeholders. Without their collective effort, none of these remarkable accomplishments would have been possible. And I'm very proud to be part of this organization, and I'm excited to see what we can achieve in the years to come. Marami pong salamat uli, at nagprepara ho kami ng isang video to help you better understand our Pabahay program, multi-purpose loan, and how our facial recognition works. Marami pong salamat.
Tulong talaga yung MPL na yan. So GSIS lang ako nakalapit before Conso, and then MPL, and then ngayon MPL na. Pero alam ba ninyo, napakinabangan ko talaga ng gusto itong MPL.
At hindi ako makakapayag ng isang empleyado ng gobyerno ay magre-retiro nang wala man lang matatawag na sarili niyang bahay.
Ako po ay nangangarap na magkaroon ng aking sariling bahay.
Minsan ko na ding pinangarap na magkaroon ng sariling bahay. Tapos iba yung sense of fulfillment sa sarili mo kung meron ka ng sarili talagang bahay.
Nangangarap po akong magkaroon ng sariling bahay.
I'm not getting any younger naman po. So iba yung security mo kapag meron kang sariling bahay kasama na yung family mo.
It's like a sense of security, and if ever happens, at least you know that, oh, may bahay ako, ganun.
One of the key things we would like to achieve is to provide a roof over the heads of our
Of Finance Secretary Benjamin E. Diokno to introduce our keynote speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency.
Celebrations and sports fest actually here in the gym. Without a doubt, every single Filipino civil servant, including the President and all the highest officials of the land, are all interested and invested in the longevity and continued fiscal soundness of the GSIS. Every year that goes by, every increment that we add to the age of the GSIS, it gives us that collective sense of reassurance about our future. This is true both from the perspective of the government as an institution and in our individual capacities as public servants. At 86 years old and counting, GSIS looks and remains strong, vital, relevant, and poised for a solid and promising future ahead of it. This is thanks, of course, to the 2.5 million government employees that help maintain its viable financial position. But we also recognize those who keep its internal gears and mechanisms well-oiled and in good running, day in, day out, the entire ranks of the GSIS personnel. Through your combined efforts over the course of 8 eventful decades, you have helped build GSIS into the expansive and formidable organization that it is today. This year's theme, Sandalan, captures the core mandate of the GSIS, connoting wholesome ideas of rest, of comfort, and security for our stakeholders. Coupled with Kalidad, the dual themes convey the institution's constant touch and focus on improvement of its services to your clientele. Your efforts in digitalization and business process efficiency are all noteworthy, as they are well aligned with the administration's policy and priority of providing efficient and accessible services to the public as contained in the Philippine Development Plan. Indeed, the mandate of GSIS requires continuous processing of voluminous and cumulative data, such as members' information, government assets, actuarial science, contributions, loans, collections and payouts, investments, and market analyses. Given the demands of these complex operations, it is highly crucial that digital transformation be fully embraced, especially in this era of rapid technological advancements. And we must ensure an efficient organization, accuracy, reliability, and security of data using the state-of-the-art digital tools that are available. Although I must congratulate the GSIS at the statistic that you showed us, where only 4.6% of the business of the GSIS is done over the counter. Now, that for me would be a very, very good target for all of our agencies in government and all our departments in government down to the LGUs. And when we can say that 95% of the business of a citizen is done digitally through the internet, including that of government. GSIS, turns out, leads the way. Congratulations for that. The primary clientele itself, the Filipino civil servant, stands to great benefit from this digitalization effort. Will not only improve the delivery of services, but will boost the satisfaction, morale, and productivity of government workers. The enhanced GSIS Touch mobile application, which is being launched today, is a very good example. It allows members to apply for loans, view records, track payments, and check account status, amongst other things. But you have pushed it even further in your public service. Increasingly cognizant of your corporate citizenship, you have ventured into high-impact corporate social responsibility initiatives that leave a significant mark in our communities and make very major changes in our people's lives. These include scholarship programs for dependents of GSIS members, adopt a school assistance programs, relevant environmental causes. For almost 2 decades, your annual art competitions have promoted Philippine fine arts and up-and-coming Filipino fine artists. A very valuable service indeed. But I highlight some of your anniversary activities that attest to GSIS's solidarity with the socio-economic agenda of the administration. You will bring the Kadiwa para sa Manggagawa store inside your premises. I think you are the first institution to do that. We are promoting Kadiwa stores nationwide because we have continually proven how these are able to help farmers, MSMEs, consumers alike. By facilitating a venue to bring them together, without additional and unnecessary barriers and costs, we are able to bring down prices and make them more competitive. Also to be launched today is the GSIS Pabahay project in Quezon City, which consists of 3 20-story modern condominium buildings. Situated on a GSIS property, this project will benefit GSIS members and their families, especially in the low-income group. As we address our housing gap in the face of rising real estate prices, innovative and cost-effective solutions are most welcome and highly commendable. So I thank the GSIS for doing so and for offering these viable options to its members to ensure that no one gets left behind. In our conscious and collective effort to make sure that no one gets left behind in our road to economic transformation, I take this opportunity to enlist the active and continuing support of the GSIS regarding a special matter. The pension system of our military and uniformed personnel is such a monumental task, with all the legal and financial setbacks that it has encountered. But we genuinely recognize that it is as important, urgent, and humanitarian as the pension system of all civilian government employees. Hence, it is imperative that we establish the most appropriate and strategic mechanism to get it functioning, or at the very least to start to lay the foundations for the system that will function in the long run. Comprehensive multi-sectoral discussions are now ongoing, and I thank GSIS for your involvement and participation, because your experience and your acquired skills have been an important part of this ongoing process. With almost a century's worth of operational knowledge, GSIS has proven to be indispensable. It could be looked upon we have looked upon you for your expertise and credibility, especially in the areas of fund management, maintaining actuarial solvency, and strategic income-generating activities. With all these positive changes and developments of the GSIS over the years, it has created this wholesome identity for itself. It has become a Filipino household name and established for itself a solid reputation for trust, reliability, public service, extending well beyond your primary clientele. So as you march on, fortify this positive image in our community, pursuing it with the same vigor and diligence as you would ensure your organizational resilience and enduring financial health in the decades to come. As President, I assure you of the administration's support for all your initiatives as you better yourselves for the sake of our very diligent government workforce. Continue upholding professionalism, integrity, and service, excellence on the journey to the next century. Present and future Filipino civil servants who keep and will keep government going for the benefit of the country and the citizenry are with you on this journey towards our commonly aspired for future. Congratulations and happy 86th anniversary to the GSIS. Mabuhay ang GSIS at ang mga magigiting na kawani na ating pamahalaan. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to kindly grant us a photo opportunity. First, may we call on stage the GSIS Board of Trustees. Executive Vice Presidents, Senior Vice Presidents of GSIS, please stand by and prepare. Thank you, GSIS Board of Trustees. Please exit to your right. Next, the Executive Vice Presidents and Senior Vice Presidents of the GSIS, you may now proceed on stage. The Vice Presidents of GSIS, please stand by and prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, the Vice Presidents of GSIS, you may now proceed on stage. Officers of the kapisanan ng manggagawa ng GSIS, please stand by and prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Next, officers of the kapisanan ng manggagawa ng GSIS, please proceed on stage. The Special Events Committee, please prepare. To our Special Events Committee, please stand by and prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your right. Okay, Special Events Committee, please proceed on stage.
Thank you very much. Please exit to your right. That concludes our program. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
This has been the 86th anniversary of the Government Service Insurance System. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We would like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the venue. seated until the President has left the venue. Thank you. Once again, we would like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the venue. Thank you.